We are gathered here to fill you with
I love going to the movie theater. I'm a real movie buff. Everything excites me about the cinema. I love it so much. The way I feel about the theater comes from when I was a child. Going to the movie with my parents was a treat. Just thinking about it always makes me smile. The movie theater experience is a part of me. It brings back good memories. The moviegoers all gathered in one big room, strangers sitting side by side in the dark, and only the light from the screen coming through. The surround sound immersing me had me clinging to my seat. As a kid, it was profound. And the snacks bar with popcorn, nachos, hot dogs, drinks, and sweets. It made me so happy. This sparked my love for the movie theater, because it's the only place that can transport you to an alien world deep in space. You can travel back in time, or it can make you feel like your life is in danger. But when it's over, you can drive home in your car, where you feel safe. And this is the reason, as an adult, why I bought my own movie theater. So I could recapture those feelings I had as a child. Those feelings that were so familiar. But little did I know, my dream would turn out to be a nightmare. I would be trapped in a horror thriller.
Now, let us take a little break, just for a moment for us to say, please take this time to like and comment. We love to hear from you. For you to let us know you like what we do. And if you're new, please subscribe and become a part of our crew. Thank you.
My movie theater had been in operation for about 2 years. It has 5 movie theater rooms in all, 3 big main theaters, and 2 that were small. During the week, the theater was kind of slow. The Friday night and the weekends was when we saw the moviegoers the most. The movie theater was doing well, until that day when everything went to hell. Like I said, during the week, we were slow. So, I would let the moviegoers rent out one of the theaters for special movie nights. Mostly for birthday parties. They could watch a couple of movies that were out we would show. For one birthday party, we would let the renters connect their video game system up to the movie system, so they could play video games on the big screen. It was a fun day, watching the kids playing their games. To rent out one of the theater rooms, you have to fill out an application, and if the date was open, we would send out a confirmation date. And, once you're booked, you then will have 24 hours to pay. This worked out well. Things were going great. I got a request to rent out all 5 theater rooms for a big private party. But they wanted to rent on a Friday. Friday the 13th, to be exact. They needed every seat. The movie theater would be packed, On our application, it states we only rent out the theaters Monday through Friday. It was easier to accommodate the rooms. I informed him that this was going to be impossible. So, I rejected his request. But the renter was persistent. He came to the movie theater for a visit. He was willing to pay me cash on the spot, plus an added bonus. I had to admit it sounded perfect. I hesitated to take the money at first, but he was going to rent all 5 theaters for that day. I thought to myself, what could it hurt? So I booked him for Friday the 13th. But I shouldn't have. When Friday 13th night arrived, the moviegoers started to pack the movie theater seats. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. All 5 movie theater seats were filled. And of course, a man requested for us to play in all the theaters the movie Friday the 13th. He even wanted us to hand out hockey masks. It gave me the creeps, looking at all the moviegoers looking at the same movie. It was spooky. The movie started exactly at midnight. He wanted the movie doors to be closed on time, and none of my employees in the movie theater. He said it was their night. I thought that request was weird, but we did as he asked. Now, I wish I had trusted my gut. I knew something was up. But the movie played, and you could hear the moviegoers gasping and squealing with every bloody kill. They all sounded like they were having a real good time, a thrill. When the movie ended, me and my employees got ready for the moviegoers to exit the theaters. But when we tried to open the doors, they wouldn't open. They were chain closed. Me and my crew tried to break the doors down, but the doors wouldn't budge. It won't move an ounce. The moviegoers were banging on the doors, begging to let them out. Their screams and yells were so loud. I told one of my employees to call the police, while me and my remaining employees continued to work to set the moviegoers free. Suddenly, I started to smell smoke. You could see it was coming from under the door. It was so bad, we started to choke. I ran up to the projector room in one of the bigger movie theaters, and I could see the man that rented the theater standing in front of the movie screen. Then he started chanting. He was surrounded by others that were chanting along with him. It felt unreal. Suddenly, a man in the crowd ran towards the chanter. He was shot dead in his tracks in the middle of his forehead. Then all at once they all stopped chanting. The man raised up his hands. He looked up to the ceiling and said out loud, "Please accept all of these lives. They are my sacrifice. The fire will purify us and open the gates to hell. We will now pass through the veil." He poured gasoline all over himself. Then he lit a match. I could see the crowd running away, moving to the back. The heat was so intense, I had to leave the projector room. Something I still regret. Me and my employees were the only ones who escaped. My whole movie theater went up instantly in flames. Thanks to that damn cult, they were to blame. The movie theater burned down into ashes in minutes. When the fire was put out, my movie theater was no longer there. It was diminished. I found out that the man I rented to was the head of a doomsday cult, and they believed that Friday the 13th was the day for them to open a portal. And they believed they needed innocent people to sacrifice. So, they used social media to invite all the moviegoers to a free movie night. This horrifying night changed my life. He burnt down my childhood dreams and left me with nightmares. This makes me so sad, and the moviegoers are in my prayers. But I hope the doomsday cult is burning in hell. I can still hear the moviegoers in the theater as they screamed, begged, and pleaded to be released.